Hello and welcome to the channel. Welcome to Manchester at sunset at 3:40 in the afternoon. Yeah, December is with us. Into the festive season we go, and Uber, as always, is busy. Now, today's subject. Today we are looking at the new Uber pricing policy, and there has been so much negativity to it on Facebook, so much absolute negativity to it on Facebook that it is absolutely unreal. Now, the new smart pricing Uber have brought in, some say they give you with one and take with the other. Well, do they? What smart pricing is good for is if you're in slightly outlying areas where Uber ain't prolific, and you get a job going to an outlying area, or you get a job in an area which is not particularly busy for Uber, you will get a higher rate. You will. If you do a job in a densely populated area, off-peak time, there's Ubers everywhere, you'll get a slightly lower rate. That's how it works. That is really how Uber work. So, smart pricing, the prices are cheap in certain times of the day, and you know, where an area is really densely populated, can be a bit cheaper. But when you go into an area which is less populated, I'll give you an example. of this. Right, I did a job. I've got a new car, by the way. I've got a new car. Which I'll do a review on the new car. Myself and Lee, we're going to review my new car, and that's going to come up. But it's a different angle. I'm on a different angle now. I'm right on the side of an angle. So we're going to do that probably in next couple of weeks, because the videos now are going to come thick and fast as we head into the festive period. So, yeah. Uber, this is weird, isn't it? I can't get this signal. Right. Uber pricing now, it's different, isn't it? It has altered quite a bit. Like my car, my driving position has altered quite a bit. It's weird in this driving position. So basically what's happening now is that in some areas your prices go down, in other areas they'll go up. Now, the big thing to notice here as well, the big thing to notice on this is that I did a job in Runcorn, which is not a really major busy Uber working area. I did a job in Runcorn, and the job was 1.5 miles. The job was only 1.5 miles, but I got paid for that £6.50. So that's not, that's got. I did a job in Manchester in a very highly populated area, 3 miles, £3. So, again, it's working it like that. But the biggest negativity I see at the minute from a lot of Uber drivers, and it is massive, and it's across the Facebook pages. This goes across all the Facebook groups. These videos go. I don't want to put them on the Facebook groups, but the producer puts them on the Facebook groups. But what I don't get, and I see it more and more now, is drivers being extremely negative over pricing on Uber. Now, what drivers are looking at now, and what you shouldn't look at, is the price per mile, because the price per mile on Uber is low, and it's always been low. It has always been low. If you want a £3 first mile or £1.60 a mile, you're much better off on a base company. Work the base companies, you'll be happier. Where Uber wins is time. Because I seen a driver put up on Facebook a couple of days ago a job for £188. It was like 180 odd mile, and they're going, oh, the mile, terrible, £1 a mile. Who's working for £1 a mile? Slave wages, Uber slaves. You're not Uber slaves at all. But look at it this way. Look at it on time. Now, I base my Uber day not on my how much I get paid per mile, but how many hours I'm actually on the road for, and how much I make in the time, but not the per mile. Because per mile is awful. Like, it can be up to like 93 pence a mile, can't it, really? You know, it can be low. But you know, that job I've seen on Facebook, £188, that's a 3-hour run. 3 hours for £188. Would you do it? Looking at it like that? Time, not per mile. So you do a £188 job, 3 hours to do it. If you go into an area where you can work back from, now I'm based in the northwest, and I can work northwest, east and west Midlands, and right up to the Scottish border. Now, if that £188 job is going to Glasgow, say, you can get back over the border into Cumbria. Your app will start working again. I've done jobs in Cumbria, I've done jobs in Lancaster, Morecambe, right the way down into Cumbria, into Lancashire. So you're picking up work again further down. So again, looking at on the time, £188 in your pot for a 3-hour run. Come back over the border, you're already available for more work. You go pick up a job in Lancaster, you know, that could go run down, you know, 20 mile or so. Again, you're picking up all the time. So if you're basing it on time, not miles, not per mile, then you can. That's how you look at it, because that's how you earn good money. I've done Uber 6.5 years now. I earn good money on Uber. I'm not going to lie to you. I earn good money on Uber, but I don't moan about it, and I don't look at it. It's not a base company. If you think Uber is the same as a base company, you're going to do your head in, because it's not. We don't operate the same way as base companies. Number one, you operate in a far greater area. You're operating in a massive area. If you only want to work a very small local area, again, work on a base company, because that's where you'll be happiest. Where base companies lose for me, and there's a video I put on a while ago down there now, 5 reasons why I'll never work another local private eye company again, is for the main reason: safety. Always got to be safety. Number one reason on Uber. And you do earn as much as, if not more, than the base company on Uber, because you're working a bigger area. And also you get the benefits: holiday pay, sick pay and pension, which base companies can't do. Another thing don't do as well if you're on Uber, and this is creating so much negativity and so much moaning on the Facebook groups at the minute, is drivers are looking at the fares the riders are paying and going, oh my God, we're getting nowhere near that, because the riders are getting charged 20% VAT, where we don't see the VAT. We don't get a percentage of the VAT. The VAT goes right back to the government. And what's going to happen in the future, possibly it should happen on Bolt as well, and Ola and Free Now, is that they will have to charge VAT as well. At the minute they don't. And I've also heard Bolt rates are lower than Uber, low. So, and you're not getting any benefits from Bolt, are you? You're not getting your pension, holiday pay and sick pay. All you're getting is your fare, and there's no cash outs, weekly pay. Ooh, not good, not good. So that's where Uber wins. You know, base company, you do it, and with base company, you take your chances on there with all, you know, you get a lot of pensioners, you get a lot of little around the corners, you get a lot of, you get a lot of people who you don't really want in your car. But Uber wins, but it's not a base company. It's never been a base company, and from day one on Uber, the miles, the miles per mile, the per mile has always been lower than base company. If you want the £3 minimum fare and the £160 a mile, don't do Uber, because you're gonna go mad, unless you do Uber properly. And to do Uber properly, you do it over time. You do it over time, and once you're on your app, you let your app take you wherever it goes to. Knocking back jobs and cancelling jobs, you're cutting your own throat. You are cutting your own throat. Did a job before, 6 drivers cancelled again. It was a £7 job. £7 for us. Obviously, rider pays more than that. £7 job for us. Drivers cancelling that. How much do you want to cancel? How do you want to take jobs over £10? You can do, you know, 4 £7 jobs while you're waiting for your £10 job to come up, or £20 job to come up, or your big plum job to come up, which is rare for the big plum jobs to come up. And even so, if one comes up and goes to London and it's £200, how many drivers knock it back? £200 not enough, you know. £250 to London, not enough. 4-hour trip to London, if you get it the right time of the day, you're back again. For 250 quid for 4 hours work. That's how you look at it. That's how you've got to look at it. Because if you don't look at it like that, you will literally drive yourself insane. Uber is not a base company. It's never been a base company. It's always been run on a different business model. And I'll tell you, for a fact, the business model works because Uber's customer base just keeps growing and growing and growing. Another gripe people are talking about on Facebook as well is they're taking 40% offers. They're not, because you're looking, if you're looking at the customer's app, you're looking at their 20% VAT as well, aren't you? You're looking at that, because they're getting charged on their fare gets put 20% for VAT on as well. Don't look at the customer apps when they get in the car, or don't try and compare. Don't have the customer app on in your car as a driver and look at and put a route and a destination in, see how much you're getting charged, because it is way different from what you get. You get 75% of the fare. Uber take 25% of every job. That's the way it works. That percentage is 25%. Before VAT come in, you know, you can tell it, but now VAT is on as well. There's more, so the rider's paying more. Still very competitive, and Uber fares are competitive, and they have to be competitive, because if they weren't competitive, people wouldn't use them. They'd be priced out. Uber have to, and especially now, next year, 2023, recession is coming. We're going to be in a recession. Low fares. If people are still using Uber, they do it of a quantity. Low fares, but loads of jobs. You know, high fares and less jobs. You want to keep moving in this job. You want to keep moving, and if you're doing £5 fares all day, but you're doing them every 10 minutes, you're doing good. You're doing good. Look at it from that point of view. Don't look at it from the point of view of the base fare. The base fare on Uber is I should tell you what the base fare is today on Uber. Also as well, I'll tell you the base fare first, and then I'll tell you about Uber promotions and reservations as well. Uber now have reservations coming in. You can book an Uber 28 days in advance, and the fares are not bad. Sometimes you're on minimum fare, you know, which is pretty good. Gonna get the waiver up, and 93 pence a mile. 93 pence a mile today. You know, it's So if you look at that, you think, oh, I'm not going to work. I can't work on that. Slave labour. You're not forced to work on Uber. Slave wages. We're Uber slaves. Just go to a base company. Go to a base company. Not happy? Go to a base company. Don't moan on Facebook. All these people who stick jobs on Facebook. Look at that. I'm knocking back £188 here. No, it's not enough. You're driving the car, boys and girls. You're driving the car. That's what you're doing. You're driving the car. You're not splitting the atom. You're driving the car. You're getting paid for a 4-hour run, 188 quid. In anyone's eyes, that's all right, isn't it? Is it? But when you go, ooh, it's 188 mile. It's 180 miles for £180. It's not worth doing. It's 188 miles for 4 hours work. It's worth doing. And if you can drop in an area where your app's still active, it's very worth doing. I did a job to Birmingham last year, carried on working in Birmingham, had a whopper of a day in the end, because I just kept on going. If you have the local firm mentality in your head when you come onto Uber, you'll always keep that mentality of it's not right. If you have a mentality that this is not a local operator, this is a worldwide app you're on, and your working area is huge, you'll do okay. I will never go back to the base fare base fare companies again now. I'll never go back to them. I've worked them and I've never go back to them again, because this is so much easier. It's less hassle. You're not dealing with cash. You're not dealing with runners. This time of year now, runners will become more prevalent as we head into Christmas time. And also, before I tell you about the reservations, also drivers who tell me as well, or have a pop at me and they have a go at me going, oh, don't work Uber over Christmas time, it's crap, it's awful, it's awful. Nah, it's safe over Christmas time. If you get out on Christmas night, it'll probably say late on, like it always does, you double bubble fares on other base companies, isn't it? Double fare. That's already going to push more people onto Uber over Christmas time as well. So you're going to get people jumping on Uber, people using Uber, and people get phones for Christmas, and kids and grandkids get the Uber app for the mums and dads and grandparents. I pick up now more older people than I've ever done. People around my age group and older, 60s and 70s. There's a lady I pick up quite regular now, and she's in her 80s, and she uses Uber. Loves it, because she just looks on her app and sees where the car is. There you go. Picks her up, doesn't let her down. If it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. Not ringing up any number and going, as thin as we can, as thin as we can. You know, it's easy, and it's seamless, and it's the way forward. So, reservations. Oh yeah, before I do reservations, one more thing. Still people think only students use Uber. Oh, it's only, don't work Uber Christmas time, go back on your base fare because it's only students who use Uber. Nah, they don't. Everyone now uses the app. People use the app more than ever, and I've never had a customer complain that Uber's a bad service. They all love it. They love the service. Your customers are happy. Happy customers means lots of customers. Unhappy drivers means low-rated drivers. If you're a low-rated driver, you don't like it. Again, as I said now a couple of times, go back to the base. Go back to the base. Go back to working in a local area with your operator, with your little PDA, you know, with your little meter in the car. Taking the cash, giving the change, you know, asking for money up front if you're not sure of the person. Do all that again. Get back into a stressful life if you want to do that. But if you want a life stress-free and a decent wage, if you put the hours in, Uber is still #1 and is voted the #1 app in the UK. So there you go. What more do you need? Right, reservations. Uber now have got this thing now, which is really good, where you can reserve 28 days in advance a car. And I've done 4 reservations now. I've done the 4 last weekend, and the good payers, they pay good. The reservations are good payers. I think minimum fare is like, is it £13 or £18 minimum fare? But I did one for like 50 quid, you know, and it was like, it was great, and they weren't going that far. But it's a premium, you know, service. Reservations, a premium service, and this is the creme de month of it. This is the beauty of it, is that if the rider doesn't show, you still get the fare. You still get the full fare, even if the rider doesn't show. Do that on your base company. no show. We'll give you your time, over you go, or we'll give you, like, you know, hard luck. If a rider doesn't show on a reservation, so it could be a 50 quid reservation. If they don't show on it, then you get 50 quid for sitting there. Ooh, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad, is it? So, boys and girls on the Facebook groups, you know who you are. I know who you are as well. Stop moaning. Stop moaning. If you don't like it, go. Stop posting up jobs on, which, like, most drivers would do. But you're saying slave labour, can't do that. Slave labour, can't do that. No. Just go then. Go on your base and see how you get on there. Right, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to have a pop at me, please do comment down below on the Facebook groups on there, or on the YouTube channel as well. Facebook comments on there as well. And if you haven't already subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Lee's got a video up down there right now. Have a look at that. 50 quid challenge. Can he do it? Can he do it? Yeah, he's working he's working base, isn't he? He's working base. Different lifestyle for him. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Right, keep watching. Loads of videos coming up this month, and into January. And we have a Christmas video coming up as well. Then a couple of weeks' time over the festive period. And be lucky and be good and smile and enjoy your job. If you don't like it, go work on Amazon. Right, and see how hard it is there, or every, or even worse. You know, go and drive a lorry. But the lorry, you need a special license. To drive a cab, you only need a license, which is quite easy to get hold of as well, really. Taxi driving's not hard, is it? It's not brain surgery, you know. Enjoy your job, smile, enjoy the public, make a good living. Christmas is coming, get the tips in, enjoy it. Right, here's where I am. Guess where I am? I'll see you later. Ta-ra.